I saw a patient last week in clinic, and he said he used to work on a trawl boat out in the Bering Sea. I said, really? And he goes, yeah. He goes, I've seen your videos and they're spot on. And then he went on to tell me something I've never heard before. He told me that on these trawl boats, they're supposed to have observers, but then he said they don't actually have observers. They have what's called electronic observers. And I said, what? Is that like a camera? And he goes, yeah. He goes, all they have is cameras on most of these boats. And he said one of the first things that they taught him when he started working on this boat was all the different blind spots in the camera. He said it was super easy. He said they were hauling in tons of king salmon, throwing dead king salmon overboard, and they were never being recorded. He told me that the numbers that the trawl fleet give are totally inaccurate. There's way more dead king salmon, way more dead halibut than is ever recorded. He said he stopped working for them because it was so gross. When I first started learning about the trawl fleet, I thought that the real goal for this was to decrease their bycatch numbers and to make the fishery more sustainable. Now that I'm learning about just the total corruption here, the real goal is to completely shut down the entire trawl fleet. Did you know how much the trawl fleet gets fined when they waste a king salmon or halibut? Nothing, zero. They have zero fines on them. But if you or I wasted salmon or halibut or illegally caught a salmon or halibut, you know what the fines that you or I would get? Well, there's civil penalties of between $100 and $500. Then there's criminal penalties between $1,000 and $35,000, plus 10 to 35 days in jail, plus loss of fishing privileges. I mean, you just can't make this up. I mean, the disparity in what they get away with is crazy. You know, when I first started learning about the trawl fleet, I had no idea that there was this much corruption going on.